Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas Wooden Railway review video. This time we are taking a look at the Thomas Wooden Railway Bulstrode. Now the story-wise for Bulstrode is that he was a barge that appeared only one time in the Railway series and the TV series, and that was in the story of Special Attraction, where Percy took these freight cars and pushed them over the edge, where they just fell down onto Bulstrode, nearly sinking him. And then he was taken to the beach, where he was just left there, and he was treated as a some sort of a kids play thing or something. Kids could just play in him, get into the cab and get, inside of here. I'm not quite sure how that would work out, but it probably would be interesting to see something like that. And we haven't seen him again, well, other than his faceless model being shown in Happily Ever After in Season 5, and also his face was used on a couple of trucks during the new series. And he was also put into that sort of display case with the models. It's very impressive how his model was still around despite not having been used in all that amount of time. It certainly would be interesting to see if he would make an appearance in the TV series again, maybe he gets used, it probably would be something like Bulgy Rides Again, where he first is put out of service, but then he is brought back. Okay, so, as far as the wooden railway model of Bulstrode is concerned, it's a pretty long model, but it certainly looks size accurate to the rest of the wooden railway trains. Although there really isn't much that you can do because, he's a barge, he doesn't have any wheels, he's, something that goes in the water. He doesn't run on any tracks, he doesn't run on any roads. He's a barge, he's in the water. So you just would have to imagine for there to be this water, or maybe get some sort of blue mat and put Bulstrode on top of it and pretend that is the water, but don't put him in any real water, because I don't think that he would float all that well. I haven't tried it, and I'm not going to, but I don't think that he would float all that well, and I have also been told that the wooden railway trains would not work so well in the water. I think that it's because the wood would just expand and the paint would start coming off. So I highly would recommend against putting Bulstrode in any real water. So just don't do that. Don't put him in any real water, the wooden railway Bulstrode. And don't do it for the Thomas Wood Bulstrode either. Well, I guess unless it's the 2008 version where it's not painted all the way, because nobody cares about those. But otherwise, I'm actually joking, by the way. Don't put any wooden railway or wood Bulstrode into the water, not even if it's the Thomas Wood version. Now, something that I found very odd about Bulstrode is that they actually have his name facing the other way. Usually his name would be facing facing this way, but nope, for here it's facing down that way. I don't know why they would do that, because, well, Bulstrode is not a rail vehicle. He doesn't go on the rail, so it would not really matter which way the name board was facing. Now, as far as the availability for the wooden railway Bulstrode is concerned, I think that he may have been available in a couple of combo sets. I don't think that he was ever released as a set on his own. I did look up that he was released with a Lighthouse set, and also he was released with the Down at the Docks set, which I think I may have enough pieces to do a review on that set, just getting the pieces I already have and making that set and doing a review on it. But I don't think I have all the necessary elements that I have for that set yet, and there are a couple other sets I'm in the process of getting the parts for so I can do reviews on them. Bulstrode comes with this Sodor cargo car, which you can fit in the, or cargo, which you can fit in a cargo car, you know, like one of those cargo cars that you could get. You could put the cargo into one of those cars, like just get Cranky to unload the cargo and put it into one of those cars. Bulstrode is just bringing it in. Now the Thomas Wood version of Bulstrode is much smaller. In fact, his you know, like his cab is like a lot flatter, and he was also shown to be much smaller. He was also shown to have a more smiley looking face instead of this more surprised looking face that he has right here. Now, as far as what I think about the Wooden Railway Bulstrode, I certainly think that it is much better than the Erdl Bulstrode that I had when I was a kid. And, you know, it really works out a lot better with the Thomas Wooden Railway line. Now, I did get this used off of eBay. There were a few chips on it, but any that were on the black parts of Bulstrode, I just simply fixed using a Sharpie's marker. Although it was a bit difficult to also fix any of the paint chips on the cargo car. It's very hard to tell on camera, but I used an aqua Sharpie's marker to try to fix the paint chips on this cargo car. Although I guess you can see it a little bit, but you would have to look at this in person and look really closely to actually see where the paint chips were. But on camera, it's probably really hard to tell. So that is my review on the Thomas Wooden Railway Bulstrode. I think it may be a bit pricey getting this one, you know, on its own if you don't have the money to buy a full set, like a full Day at the Dock set, or if you already have a lot of the elements from those sets already, but you don't have Bulstrode. I think this one costed me a little over $30 or something, but it was basically the best that I could do as far as money is concerned. But it probably would be cheaper to try to get a Thomas Wood Bulstrode, but I just thought that the Wooden Railway one looked a lot better. I mean, even if I was getting a fully painted Bulstrode, I just think that the Wooden Railway one is much better. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.